What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here to talk about the new UFC heavyweight champion. Obviously, we all saw that Jon Jones got stripped of the belt, finally retiring from the sport, as we all kind of knew was coming. And now Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the world. I'll give my reaction to the news. Obviously, Dana White announced this at the UFC Baku post-fight press conference. I love that Dana White got on there and he was talking about it like Jones is his kid, and he told him last night that he needs all this stuff for a fucking presentation tomorrow. He's like, "What? Yeah, what's the yeah, the kid came in at fucking 10 p.m. He said he wet the bed and he also needs a poster board for tomorrow. Yeah, we're stripping the fucking kid. Tom Aspinall's my new son." Dana White was absolutely fucking fuming. But at the same time, and I just want to address this because people are hitting me up, or were hitting me up when this happened. Yo, bedtime, where's the video? Oh my god, this bedtime rant video is about to be generational. Blah, 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 all this stuff. What? Did anyone actually think Jon Jones was gonna fucking fight Aspinall after the shit that he's been saying for the past 6 months? I gave up on those dreams at the start of 2024, bro. At the start of 2025, excuse me. Soon as I started to hear Jones talk about all this shit, this guy's not coming back. He's not fighting fucking Tom Aspinall, dude. He's been wasting people's time. And the saddest part is about Jones, he's such a fucking boomer that he thinks he's like this genius level troll. You're not KD, bro. You're not Joel Embiid, dog. You're literally on Twitter with the gayest fucking profile ever, tweeting out, "I want 200 handwritten letters from the Aspinall." No one believed you were gonna fight. And if you thought Jones was gonna fight Aspinall at all in 2025, after he started saying all this stuff about retiring, it doesn't do anything for my legs. I'm sorry, but what did you actually expect? Do you seriously think this guy, Jon Jones, who's non-stop been saying, "Yeah, it doesn't do anything for my legacy. Yeah, it doesn't excite me. It doesn't tickle my pickle." Does anyone actually think this guy was going to fight Aspinall? Obviously fucking not. He's been ducking Aspinall for a year and a half. Of course this guy's not fucking coming back. And I love this for Jon Jones. I want to wish Jon Jones a very happy retirement. I mean, he's given us so many good memories, and I trust Jon Jones to do this and to not retire coming off a win, not retire coming off a loss, but instead to retire with a court date coming up instead of a fight date. I mean, you can't fucking write this stuff, man. He is Jon Jones through and through until the day that he dies. And, you know, I'm happy that the division is finally moving on, even though it should have just moved on without him, and Dana White should have just stripped him immediately. If that's what people want me to rant about, then I 100% agree that Dana White should have stripped this fucking guy immediately after the fucking Stipe fight, when he was talking about, "Yeah, I think I'm going to retire. I don't know, man. I want to fight Derek Lewis and Jamal Hill." Do you guys remember when this guy said he wants money fights like Jamal Hill and Derek Lewis? And after that, they didn't strip him. If you didn't hear that and think this guy's never fighting Aspinall, I don't know what to tell you. So I apologize for not dropping a 30-minute rant video. I don't know what I was supposed to rant about for 30 minutes because honestly, what this news means is Tom Aspinall is going to become the heavyweight GOAT. Tom Aspinall is going to pass Cain Velasquez's, record of time as the heavyweight champion, in my opinion. I think he's going to, and honestly, I think he could Cain Velasquez, Max, and just be low-key the GOAT of this division, and the only thing that slows him down is injuries. That's really all I think is going to stop Tom Aspinall, because I think he's going to beat Cain Velasquez's record for the longest time as heavyweight champion. I think he's going to beat Stipe's record with 3 defenses in 1 title reign. You know, I think Stipe ended up with 4 all in all, but yeah, I think Tom Aspinall will be the heavyweight GOAT, and the sad part is he's not beating a single top-level heavyweight GOAT status guy to do it. Stipe Miocic had to beat Francis Ngannou, Daniel Cormier. Jones should not be in the conversation of heavyweight GOAT because he's such a fucking he just ducked Aspinall so blatantly. And the Gane win, I do rate. I've been one of the only people to really not just shit all over that win. Because honestly, I think beating Gane is equivalent to beating Pavlovich in Blades. I think smoking Gane is the same as smoking Pavlovich in Blades, but people act like Jones beating Gane, it's not impressive at all. It is impressive. That's genuinely a fact, but he beat Stipe, right? He has some sort of fake legacy on his resume. Tom Aspinall's not going to get to have a Cain Velasquez or a DC or a Stipe or an Ngannou because Dana White, what's the question? Are we bringing back Ngannou? No, the guy said he wants money. Yeah, we're getting this kid. Yeah, I will never bring back Francis Ngannou. Somebody said that Dana talks about Ngannou like he's fucking Chris Benoit. It's so crazy. And he doesn't get John Jones on his resume, which would have really cemented him as the guy, like the next heavyweight GOAT, 110%. But I do think regardless of not getting to fight Jones, not getting to fight Francis, Tom Aspinall will end up, in my opinion, and mark my words on this, he will end up in that same sort of conversation as like Mighty Mouse and like Fedor. And I know that's like crazy high praise, but it's not really ridiculous to say. It's not ridiculous to say that. It's not ridiculous to say that. Tom Aspinall already has a win over Volkov, Blades, Pavlovich, right? And I think that in his next couple of fights, he's going to rack up some quick title defenses. I think that beating Cyril Gane and Jailton Almeida should be the next highest priorities for Tom Aspinall. I don't really see the value in the Alex Pereira fight. Like maybe the UFC does that or they bring up Big Ank and maybe that's a close fight. But even then, I don't think Big Ank would do that. I think bro's waiting to fight fucking Yuri and retire Pereira and then he's going to beef with Khalil. You know, there's stuff going on at light heavyweight now where we do actually have new title fights to do. So I think all Tom Aspinall has to do is literally, it's like the LeBron meme. All Tom Aspinall has to do to become a heavyweight GOAT, wake up in the morning. Show up to the fucking arena when you're supposed to fight, you know? Make weight on the day before the fight. And I think Aspinall will become a heavyweight GOAT. But yeah, dude, like this is my reaction to him becoming the champion. And I also want to talk about what I think should be next and who I think has the best chance to beat him. Because Dana White has let this fucking guy, the shortest fight time in the UFC, the most dangerous heavyweight, straight up, sleep you inside 2 minutes and then get on the mic. You know, I would love to fight Blagoy Ivanov next for me, next title defense, you know. Regardless of that, bro makes up for it by being one of the most, like, prolific finishers in the UFC and in the heavyweight division. I think they need to get this title reign going now. I think they need to turn the UFC Paris card in September because in September in the UFC's lineup, they have no pay-per-views. It's August, and then because Noche fucking fell through, and I love that Noche fell through. I'm so glad that Noche got fucking slimed out by Canelo and Crawford, and now Dana White doesn't get to push fucking Volk versus Yair and act, oh my god, he would have acted like it's on the same level as fucking Canelo Crawford. But instead, September has no pay-per-views. Change that immediately. Snap of my fingers, Grok, change this. Change this event to a pay-per-view immediately. It's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. This is what I would do, all right? Main event for the heavyweight title, give Cyril Gane his Mickey Mouse title shot. Now, why am I giving Cyril Gane a title shot when I've gone on record multiple times saying this guy is literally one of the biggest fucking terrorists to the heavyweight division who just sits around waiting to fight some random blob in Paris every year, then play some FIFA, fuck around with a little bit of string, star in random Netflix movies. I bring you this fight because we need to get Aspinall's reign off with a fucking bang, dude. We want to get Cyril Gane out of here. We want to get rid of any sort of claim this fucking guy has to a title shot. We don't want Cyril Gane waiting on the sidelines watching Aspinall beat someone else and being like, you know, if the UFC gives Volkov a title shot, Gane's going to sit on the sidelines and be like, well, I already beat Gane, so I deserve the next title shot, and we're going to do it in Paris, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to make you wait because I got to film this fucking Paw Patrol sequel. Fuck that! Gane, you can have a title shot, you have to turn around in September immediately. We'll give it to you in Paris, but you have to go there immediately in September. This should be the fight. I do think that Gane will get absolutely fucking demolished by Aspinall as well. I think that, you know, if you look at the Jones fight and you look at Gane's last performance against Volkov, it's pretty easy to say that Aspinall is definitely going to have a speed advantage. He's probably going to have a fucking... No, never mind. He definitely will have a power advantage on the feet. He may have a slight speed advantage. The grappling is no differential. Like, Aspinall fucking smokes him. And I think the biggest test will be Jailton Almeida. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Who else I think is a tough fight for Aspinall and what's next for him. But I think the first fight should be Gane. Just to get Cyril Gane, who's a kind of a name that casuals know. People know that he fought John Jones. And if Aspinall fucking smokes him quicker, you can kind of build off that if you're the UFC, right? So that's where my thought process goes. The only thing I don't like about this fight, and really what I don't like about Aspinall being the heavyweight champion, and here goes some guy in the... Bedtime's always complaining, bro. Shut the fuck up! I'm a YouTuber. I'm supposed to talk about shit. Fuck you! Regardless of that. Okay? This is what I have my problem with Aspinall as the champion. Number one, the rest of the division fucking sucks. Anyone that Aspinall has not already fought or that I don't think he beats, they fucking suck. Like, I'm genuinely serious. Get ready to watch Waldo Cortez Acosta fight for a belt. Get ready to watch fucking Shamil Gaziev genuinely fight for a belt, dude. Hey, brother, guess what? We are 3 fights away from Talison Teixeira fighting for a fucking belt. I'm sorry. Like, that is concerning to me. This is turning into fucking women's bantamweight, where if you win 2 in a row, you're next up for Aspinall. He needs a fight in December. We've already ran through Gane and fucking Almeida and Volkov. You know what I mean? Like, that is concerning to me. Because Aspinall's only 32. He has a style that's very, like, injury averse or damage averse. Like, he's going to be able to fight quickly and often and finish all these guys. I'm concerned that we're going to be looking at fucking Mario Pinto fighting for a belt. I'm concerned that the UFC will start signing fucking Vadim Nemkov and shit like that and Ryan Bader to, like, immediate title shots in the UFC with no other ranked fights. Like, these are all real possibilities in the next 3 years. This shit is low-key about to turn into flyweight. And that's why I made the comparison to Mighty Mouse or to Fatal, where they don't have the names on their resume, but they have all the dominant victories and all the title defenses and all the wins over this long period of time. I really wish we could see some sort of rival for Aspinall, dude. Like, I think Gane versus Aspinall headlining a pay-per-view in Paris, and I'll talk about what else should be on that card. It is probably the biggest name value fight you can make for Aspinall, but at least with the Jones rivalry, obviously that's a bigger fight, but there was also beef there. Like, there was some sort of tension between them. Like, Jones was like, be careful what you wish for. You know, Aspinall started to get a little bit cheeky with him. Like, I'm going to retire this guy. I just think I'm better. You know, with this one, it's going to be this massive press conference just for Aspinall. You know, Cyril Gane, mate, he's a great fighter. There's no doubt about that in my mind, you know. But I've got to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the Paw Patrol movie that he done, you know. I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit more partial to Bluey, if I'm 100% honest with you, you know. But outside of that, you know, Cyril, he's a great fighter. I'm looking forward to fighting him on Saturday. That's what we're getting now. That's every press conference now. Yes, he is entertaining. Yes, I think him sliming out Gane will be very satisfying to watch. This is going to be a great hate watch, but I definitely think we need a trash-talking heavyweight to come up. But I think the UFC should turn that September Fight Night card into a pay-per-view. You headline it with Aspinall versus Gane. I think an obvious co-main event would be 5 rounds, Imavov versus Baralho, right? Because that's being discussed as maybe a main event for that. I would say a good solution would be, let's turn it into a pay-per-view. Let's make this the 5-round co-main event. Now we've got another big matchup on the card. The crowd's going to be fucking electric for Nassourdine Imavov, which that is another deal with Imavov, right? Like, he doesn't really talk trash. No one outside of France really cares that much about Imavov, to be honest. Like, I don't think you're going to see crazy hype for, like, Imavov versus Duplessis if that ends up being the next fight, right? So I think Imavov in Paris in a 5-round co-main event on a big pay-per-view, that's probably the best way to get his name up for when he gets to fight fucking Chimaev or Duplessis. That's what I would do. So I would say main event, let's get Aspinall to fucking slime out Gane, get him out of title contention. Let's get 5-round co-main event Imavov versus Baralho, and then in the featured fight, I'm a genius, Volkov versus Almeida, you're welcome, pay me the money. Come on, dude. Why has Dana White not reached out to me yet, bro? All I'm getting is fucking Toblerone sponsorship opportunities. And fucking some guy hit me up for a betting ad or some shit. I'm never doing that shit, by the way. But Dana White, hit me up, bro. I've just saved your fucking career. Imagine the UFC makes this card. That's a no-brainer in my opinion. Volkov vs. Almeida is likely to end inside 2 rounds. Let's just be real here. Either Almeida smokes him via submission, or Almeida gets slimed out via ground and pound. That's really what I think happens in this fight. So I would say this is a very no-brainer idea of let's get a pay-per-view together as soon as possible. We can't really put Aspinall versus Gane or Aspinall versus Almeida as the co-main event to a BMF title fight. We can't make Poirier's, you know, retirement card more about Aspinall. That's kind of unfair to him. You can't really add this to Duplessis Chimaev. Like, that's such a big fight. You don't want to take away from that either. Like, I don't see Aspinall getting put as the co-main event of a pay-per-view after all of this. Like, they were trying to build this guy up as like the biggest star that's going to take over when Jones is gone. So I do think he should be headlining a pay-per-view, and I think you have to stack it. So I would say, you know, Imavov Baralho, Aspinall versus Gane. On the featured fight of that card, you determine who's next. And that's easy promotion. You can do this fight in December. Almeida versus Aspinall in December. Volkov versus Aspinall in December. Boom. Done. Easy fucking money. That's what I would do with the top 3 of that card. I would also add Benoit Saint-Denis versus Mateusz Gamrot. Gamrot called him out for a fight night in Paris. I think instead of giving him 5 rounds, you just say, listen, dude, we'll put you on the main card of a pay-per-view. You don't have to fight in the fucking Apex anymore, brother. We can put you in there and get you in there against Benoit Saint-Denis. Basically a free fucking win for Gamrot on pay-per-view. I doubt he says no to that. So let's get Gameamra versus BSD. And then open up the card with fucking Umarasai versus Navajo Sterling, bro. I'm sick of fucking Umarasai. I picked this guy to beat Alonzo Menefield. He gets takedowns in round 2. Round 3, he just stands around at range. So fuck this. I'm getting you out of the top 20. We're getting the CKB glaze, on the main card of the pay-per-view. Let's get Navajo Sterling versus Umarasai to open up the card. Hopefully with a Sterling TKO. But if Umarasai wins, the crowd's going to be happy. So I feel like this is kind of a win-win on this pay-per-view. That's what I would do. I would make this fight night event into Aspinall versus Gane as a pay-per-view, and I would start off Tom Aspinall's heavyweight reign with a second defense already, because in my opinion, beating Sergey Pavlovich when he was the number 1 contender, and then beating fucking Curtis Blades is more impressive than the combined effort of beating Cyril Gane and Stipe Miocic. Cyril Gane, in my opinion, is equivalent to beating Pavlovich and Blades, even though Pavlovich was on a really good win streak and he beat Blades already. And Gane was coming off 1 win against fucking Tai Tuivasa. So you could even argue that the Pavlovich win is better than the Gane win, but I would say Gane is slightly better all time. Blades win, coming off 1 win. He has a past victory over Aspinall. I would say those 2 wins are better than Gane and Stipe, right? And I think that the fact that Aspinall has been waiting so long, the least the UFC could do is either promote him straight to heavyweight champion and say, the Blades fight was your first win of the belt, and now this will be your first defense. Or if you really want to do him a solid, be like, hey, bro, we're going to count that as a title defense because everyone considers you the fucking heavyweight champion. Everyone at the time considered you the heavyweight champion. Like, no one was looking at that Aspinall-Blades fight except for fucking old heads on Twitter that don't actually watch the sport. They just watch Jones fight. No one was looking at that and thinking, yeah, man, this is the interim belt, dude. Jones and Stipe, that's the real heavyweight belt. You know what I mean? Like, no one was looking at that going, yeah, whatever, dude. I'd rather see Stipe versus Jones right now, dude. That's a real number 1 fight. Like, who's the real best heavyweight? Jones and Stipe, man. No one cares about Aspinall versus Blade. Like, nobody was thinking like that. So, I think that Gane is the next step just to get a finish on the board, just to get Gane out of the fucking title picture. And then next would likely be Jailton Almeida. If I'm honest, I think that Tom Aspinall's next fight after that will be Jailton Almeida. And I think Jailton Almeida is probably the guy that has the best chance to beat him. Like, I think that because he has great boxing and he has that kind of Hamzat Chimaev type grappling wrestling style. And we know that Tom Aspinall's only real loss outside of injuries and I believe a DQ was via submission, right? So Almeida's probably the only person I would see fans going, you know what, I might pick this guy to beat Aspinall. Or I might say, oh, this guy can do the best against Aspinall. But even then, Tom Aspinall, super dangerous on the feet, so quick, so powerful, great movement. I feel like it's going to be really hard for Almeida to get a hold of him and really control him without getting hurt. And we did see that Spivak was also able to take down Jailton Almeida. So I'm going to say that Tom Aspinall will defend his belt against Cyril Gane, turn that fight night into a pay-per-view. It'll probably be Jailton Almeida after that in December or January. And honestly, the next fight after that is either Shamil Gaziev or Waldo Cortez Acosta, bro. That's genuinely the state of this fucking weight class. Like, bro, am I wrong? Like, am I fucking wrong that once this fight is over, like, once he beats Gane and Almeida, we're looking at Taliesin Teixeira getting a title shot. We're looking at Mario Pinto getting a fucking title shot not that far down the track. Like, Rizvan Guniev is fucking 3 wins away from a title shot, man. It's pretty fucking annoying. I was about to say frustrating and fucking, so it's pretty fucking annoying and frustrating that the heavyweight division, we've been waiting this whole time, and, you know, now we're like just a delayed, shittier version of what we would have already got, which was Tom Aspinall as the new guy after Francis Ngannou and John Joe. If Jones had retired after the Gane fight, and we at least got Aspinall versus Stipe, If we at least got that, maybe that would have made it a little bit more exciting. Like, it would have been a little bit more like, well, shit, this guy just smoked Stipe. You know what I mean? Now he's fighting this guy. Now he's fighting that guy. It's a little bit different, but so much time has passed that I feel like all the steam on this has passed off and everyone already looked at Aspinall as the vacant champion. So that's why I didn't really feel the need to do a rant video. I wanted to leave it a little bit, talk about what the UFC should do next with a pay-per-view and what fights should be on that card, who I think has the best chance, which I think is Gelton Almeida. And then probably after that would be, I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't even know. We need to get some new heavyweights in the sport. But these are my opinions on Aspinall as the champion. I think he's going to become the heavyweight GOAT. I think he's going to have a fucking Mighty Mouse, Fedor type, like, standing all time where he's clearly so talented, but he doesn't really have those big names on his resume that make him, like, top 3, top 5 all time, unless he just gets 10 defenses. But I do think he will become a heavyweight GOAT. I think the only thing that's going to slow him down really is injuries, to be honest. But it is what it is. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA, and I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.